Hello. I'd like to talk a little bit about dog care and training. Have you ever raised an abandoned puppy? Ever had a puppy with parvo? How about an unruly dog that jumps and chews things up? Well, I can answer yes to all three. I'm 38 years old and I love animals. I have all my life. I have taken care of sick, young, and ornery dogs. Over the years, I've learned a few tricks to care for young and sick puppies and a simple trick to help break dogs of bad habits. The most important thing would be consistency. You have to keep at it. It could be long and aggravating, but you have to keep at it. For the first thing I'd like to talk about is abandoned puppies. I've raised several of them since I actually had a couple that I raised from about 2 weeks old. For feeding, it's not real hard. You need baby bottles and homemade formula, which is puppy chow and puppy formula if you can get it. Milk is okay if you can't. You just fill the cup 3/4 of the way up with puppy food, and then you fill the rest of the cup up with formula or milk. You let it soak for an hour or so till it's really mushy, and then mix it in a blender till it's nice and smooth and can fit through a baby bottle nipple, but you sometimes have to slice a hole in the top of it. You feed them every 3 to 4 hours, and the amount just depends on the size of the puppy. For potty training, the younger you get them, the easier they are to train. We took our puppies outside every time before the feeding, so about every 3 or 4 hours. Even if they're only 2 weeks old, we started ours before their eyes were even open. Just get them to walk around until they do their business, and they normally do fine. Okay, next would be puppies with parvo. It's one of the worst diseases a puppy can have. I've found a little bit of luck with it, and the worst of it normally lasts around 5 to 7 days. If you can get them past the 5 to 7 days, you're normally okay. The symptoms would be the throwing up of yellow liquid foamy stuff. They would have bloody and extremely runny stools. They get very lethargic. They just want to sleep all day. You have two options when it comes to parvo. You can take them to a vet, or you can treat them at home. It just depends on how much money you can afford to spend. The vet normally costs between $300 and $1,000, depending on how bad the parvo is. They hook them up to IVs and give them antibiotics. The IVs so they can push fluids and vitamins because it helps avoid dehydration and malnutrition. The home treatment, one more thing. When you can afford the vet, it's normally an 80% survival rate for the puppies. For the home treatment, only normally 20% of puppies survive the home treatment, but I actually have an average of 60%. All you need is sugar water, about 1 teaspoon per 12 ounces of water, Pedialyte or Gatorade, Pepto, the pills preferably because sometimes they inhale the Pepto and you don't want to actually drown the dog. And those little doggy vitamins from Walmart. And that's actually what I did. It costs about $20. Puppies should see the vet anyway to at least get a broad spectrum antibiotic. It normally only costs about $25 for the pills, and the rest for the doctor's visit. It's very time consuming to treat a puppy at home. You need to do it every 2 hours, and you need to offset the Gatorade and the sugar water. And the Pepto you just do every time to help calm their stomach and help keep them so they don't throw back up what you've given them. The vitamins avoid malnutrition without having to shove food down their throat. And the only other thing I could say is keep them in a warm area. As far as puppy training goes, for dogs that jump or like to chew, the easiest way that I've found is to use a simple water bottle. The key, like I said, the key is consistency. Every time they jump or are tearing something up, you You really have to catch them in the act, but just spray them once or twice with a water bottle. They learn fast and it's non-violent. Um, well, just remember, consistency is the key to almost anything you do with dogs. These are just some of the things I've learned over the years of taking care of them. Uh, I've learned to raise a puppy, heal a puppy, and train a puppy. Anyone who loves dogs like I do, consider them not pets. We consider them children, and they're just always part of our families. Thank you.